Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to the class. Students, today we will continue the chapter number 2 of physics, that is force and pressure, motion here. So what is motion? You know that tree is fixed at a place. So that we will say that this is stationary. Similarly, a school, a bus, when it is at a fixed position. So that is called the stationary. And poles, telephone poles, they are stationary objects, and the objects which remain at the fixed place, that are called the stationary objects. In science, when an object is stationary, that means it is not moving. It is said to be on rest. And on the other hand, a man, animals, birds, bus, car, trains, when it is moved from one place to another place, so this is called the moving object, and they can move from one place to another place. So the movement of an object is called motion. An object is said to be in motion or in moving when its position changes with time. Here you are seeing different figures. Now here types of motion, so there are objects around us, and we may observe different kind of motion in them, like in pendulum of a clock, ceiling fan, children's swing, and the motion of earth on its axis are some examples of different kind of motion. So let us study these movements in detail. So first one is translatory motion. So you know, when we throw a ball on ground, each part of the ball that covers same distance in a given time. So this type of motion, when all the parts of an object that move the same distance in a given time, that is called the translatory motion. Now second thing is, after translatory motion, it is divided into two types. First is rectilinear and second is curvilinear motion. So what is rectilinear motion and what is curvilinear motion? So first is rectilinear motion. So when an object shows translatory motion along a straight line, so that is called the rectilinear motion. Suppose that a car is running on straight on a road, it shows the rectilinear motion. And second is curvilinear motion, as the name suggests. So its type of motion refers to translatory motion of an object on a curved path. For example, a runner running on a curved here. Now it being, next one is circular motion. So what is circular motion? A round path having the shape of circle is called the circular motion. When an object moves along a circular path, so it is called circular motion. Movement of moon, you know, around the earth, and the movement of earth around the sun, that is an example of circular motion. Now rotational motion, when an object turns or spins about a fixed axis, it is called rotational motion. Now example, spinning top moves round and round on its axis, so the motion of spinning top is an example of rotational motion. You are seeing here in this figure 2.5 to that. And next one is here some other examples of rotational motions, that are turning of the blades of a fan and rotation of a windmill or firky, turning of a potter's wheel and turning of a bicycle's wheel. These are the examples of rotational motion. So now please note that the difference in circular motion and rotational motion is that in circular motion of an object, a whole travels along a circular path, but in rotational motion, the object spins around a fixed path. Next one is repetitive motion. So a motion which repeats itself, that is called the repetitive motion. Here you will see that repetitive motion, it is of two types. First is periodic and second is non-periodic motion. So first is periodic motion. It repeats itself after a fixed interval, like in watch, and the earth completes its rotation about its axis in exactly 24 hours. swinging of a simple pendulum and stretching the string of a guitar. These are the examples of the periodic motions. And simple pendulum, here you are seeing that simple pendulum. This diagram indicates about the simple pendulum. A simple pendulum consists of small metal balls, that is called bob, suspended by a long thread from a rigid support such that the bob is free to swing back and forth. A simple pendulum is shown in here in this figure, and the bob is suspended by thread T of length from the rigid support, that is indicated as S, and it is given into the figure 2.7. The motion of simple pendulum is shown there. The motion of pendulum was first studied here by the Galileo. He discovered the important principles of pendulum, according to which a simple pendulum completes every swing oscillation in exactly the same time, provides its length is kept constant. In other words, the periods of oscillations of a pendulum is constant. Next thing is terms related to simple pendulum. You know simple pendulum. Here we will describe terms which is related to simple pendulum. So what are the terms we will study here? First one is length of pendulum. So the distance from the point of suspension to the center of bob, that is called the length of the pendulum. In other words, the length of pendulum is the length of the thread plus the radius of the bob. And this is denoted as capital L. And oscillations, you know what is oscillations? So one complete to and fro movement of a pendulum bob, that is called an oscillation. And oscillation can be counted starting from one of the extreme position of the bob from the central position. For example, you are seeing here the movement of a simple pendulum. For example, 2.7 you will see, and motion of the pendulum bob from its extreme position B to C and back to B is called one oscillation. That means it will start from this point and move here and then come here like this. So here you will find it's one oscillation. Now next one is here amplitude. The amplitude as a pendulum swings oscillates to and fro, the maximum displacement of bob from its central position, that is mean position, on either side, that is called the amplitude of the pendulum. That means here movement of either side, that is called the amplitude. And frequency of oscillations, the term frequency, it tells us the rate at which simple pendulum is making 1 second how many oscillations are there, that is called the frequency. So the number of complete oscillations may be a simple pendulum in 1 second, that is called its frequency, and the SI unit of frequency, that is hertz, which is denoted by the symbol Hz. Okay, now you know that 1 hertz is equal to 1 oscillation per second, and the frequency is denoted by the letter nu or f. Now students, next topic we will discuss in next video. Till then, thank you everyone.